Canada, a land of open skies, endless forests, and cities that glitter with promise. For decades, it's been a beacon for millions around the world. People from all walks of life, including thousands of Vietnamese families, have dreamed of starting anew in this peaceful, prosperous country. The dream is simple: safety, opportunity, a better future for yourself and your children. For many, Canada seemed like the answer to every hope, but recently, a quiet movement has begun. More and more Vietnamese are packing their bags, not to arrive, but to leave. They are walking away from permanent residency, good jobs, even newly purchased homes. Some return to Vietnam. Others try their luck in Australia, the United States, or elsewhere. The question is, why? Why are so many, who once fought so hard to get here, now quietly giving up on the Canadian dream? To understand, we have to start at the beginning, at the moment the dream was born. For years, Canada has been one of the most welcoming countries in the world when it comes to immigration. The government rolled out the red carpet for international students, skilled workers, and entrepreneurs. Study in Canada, and you could stay. Work for a few years, and you might be eligible for permanent residency. Even business owners and investors found open doors. The message was clear: if you're willing to work hard, there's a place for you here. It's not hard to see the appeal. Canada is safe, clean, and modern. The healthcare system is free at the point of use. The streets are orderly, the air is fresh, and the schools are world-class. For families from Vietnam, where competition is fierce and social safety nets are thin, Canada looked like a paradise. The idea of sending your child to a Canadian university, of building a life in a country ranked among the best in the world for quality of living, was irresistible. So, the applications poured in. People lined up for visas, sometimes waiting years for a chance. They sold property, borrowed money, and made sacrifices. They arrived in Canada full of hope, ready to work hard and build a new life. But then reality hit. For many, it only took a few months for the cracks to show. The first shock was the cost of living. Cities like Toronto and Vancouver, where most new immigrants land, are among the most expensive in North America. Finding a place to live is a struggle. A single room in a shared apartment can cost $1,500 a month, or more. Privacy is a luxury few can afford. Families squeeze into tiny apartments, often sharing kitchens and bathrooms with strangers. The dream of a comfortable home fades quickly. Groceries, gas, and utilities eat up what little is left of your paycheck. Inflation means that even simple pleasures, like eating out at a restaurant, become rare treats. Many newcomers find themselves budgeting every dollar, constantly worried about the next bill. Then comes the job market. Back in Vietnam, many of these immigrants were successful professionals, managers, engineers, teachers, or business owners. They arrive in Canada with degrees and experience, expecting to find good jobs. But here, Canadian experience and credentials are everything. Employers often don't recognize foreign degrees or work history. The result? Highly educated newcomers end up working survival jobs, driving for Uber, delivering food, cleaning offices, or working in warehouses. It's humbling, exhausting, and often demoralizing. The skills and talents they spent years developing go unused. The gap between expectation and reality grows wider with each passing month. And then, there's the winter. For people from tropical Vietnam, the Canadian winter is more than just a change in weather. It's a test of endurance. The days grow short. By 4 p.m., it's already dark. Snow piles up on the streets. The cold seeps into your bones. Many newcomers, especially those who arrived alone, find themselves isolated. Friends and family are far away. Making new connections is hard, especially if you're working long hours or struggling with language barriers. This isolation takes a toll. Mental health struggles are common. Depression and loneliness become constant companions. The excitement of a new life gives way to a daily grind. Wake up, work, eat, sleep, repeat. People start to ask themselves, am I really living here or just surviving? For some, the answer is too painful to ignore. They quietly begin to plan their exit. More and more Vietnamese immigrants are choosing to leave Canada. Some go back to Vietnam, where family and friends are waiting. Others try their luck in other countries, Australia, the United States, or even Europe. The reasons are deeply personal, but the stories share common threads. "It's not that I didn't try," says one former immigrant. "I just didn't see a future here." Another admits, "I have permanent residency. I have a house, but I feel completely empty." For these individuals, the Canadian dream turned out to be a mirage. So, should you still move to Canada? Is the dream dead or just changing? The answer isn't simple. Canada remains a land of opportunity for many, but the reality is far more complicated and demanding than most people realize. Moving to Canada isn't a golden ticket. It's a challenge that requires preparation, resilience, and a clear-eyed understanding of what you're signing up for. If you arrive with enough savings, strong English skills, and a willingness to start from the bottom, you can still build a good life here. If you have family support or a network of friends, you'll have a much easier time adjusting. But if you come expecting instant success or an easy path to wealth, you're likely to be disappointed. The truth is, every country has its own struggles. Canada is no exception. The hard truth is that Canada isn't the enemy. It's not paradise either. It's just a country with its own strengths and weaknesses. For those who are ready, mentally, financially, and emotionally, it can be a place to thrive. For others, it can be a cold, lonely, and difficult experience. So, what should you do? The choice is yours. But before you make the leap, ask yourself, are you prepared for the high cost of living? Do you have enough savings to weather the first year? Maybe more. Without a good job? Are you ready to work in jobs that might be far below your qualifications, at least at first? Are you fluent in English or willing to work hard to improve? Do you have a support system, family, friends, or a community to help you through tough times? Are you mentally prepared for isolation, loneliness, and the challenge of starting over? If you can answer yes to these questions, Canada might still be the right choice for you. If not, it's better to pause and rethink your plans. This isn't about scaring you. It's about being honest. Too many people arrive in Canada with unrealistic expectations, only to be crushed by reality. It's better to know the truth before you make a life-changing decision. So, what's the real lesson here? It's not that Canada is bad or that you shouldn't move abroad. It's that every big move comes with risks and sacrifices. The grass isn't always greener on the other side. Sometimes the challenges are even greater than the ones you're leaving behind. But if you're prepared, if you come with open eyes and a strong heart, Canada can still offer a new beginning. It won't be easy, but for those who persevere, it can still be worth it. If you're thinking about moving to Canada, take the time to do your research. Talk to people who've already made the journey. Learn about the job market, the cost of living, and the realities of daily life. Prepare yourself financially, emotionally, and mentally. If you've already lived in Canada, your story matters. Share your experiences, the good and the bad. Help others make informed decisions. No matter where you are on your journey, remember, you're not alone. Every immigrant faces challenges. Every success story is built on sacrifice and hard work. The road isn't easy, but it can lead to a better life if you're ready for the journey. So, before you pack your bags, ask yourself, am I ready for the real Canada? Not the dream, but the reality. If the answer is yes, then go forward with courage. If not, take time to prepare. There's no shame in waiting until you're truly ready. In the end, the Canadian dream isn't about geography. It's about you, your resilience, your determination, and your willingness to adapt. The world is full of opportunities, but they come with challenges. The choice is yours. If you're planning to move to Canada, let your voice be heard. Share your hopes, your fears, and your questions. If you've already made the journey, tell your story. Your experience can help others make the right decision for themselves. And remember, no matter where you go, your happiness and success depend on more than just the country you live in. It's about the life you build, the relationships you nurture, and the strength you find within yourself. So, take a deep breath, look honestly at the road ahead, and make your choice, not out of fear, but out of understanding. Canada is still a land of opportunity. But like every great journey, it demands preparation, sacrifice, and courage. If you're ready, the next chapter of your story could begin here. If not, there's no shame in waiting until the time is right. Wherever you go, remember, the dream is yours to shape. If you're packing your bags, good luck on your journey. If you're already here, or if you've decided to return home, your story matters. Share it, help others, and never forget, the real adventure is not the place you go, but the life you create. Thank you for listening. Stay informed, stay prepared, and stay true to yourself. The world is waiting. If you're planning to move to Canada, leave a comment. Packing my bags. If you've already lived there, tell us what it was really like. Your voice matters. And if you want more honest stories about life abroad, no filters, just facts, stay tuned. Remember, every journey is different. Make yours with open eyes and an open heart.